since probably Green Mundine the first time around. That's going back 20 years as we turn the page to start a new calendar year in Australian boxing. And it all begins here right now, and Stephen Payos is in the ring, ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, it is a very warm welcome for the first time today inside Centre Ring here in the beautiful Brisbane Entertainment Centre. We're in Boondall in Queensland and it is a hot day. We are ready for a hot night of boxing action. This is bad blood. We start with our preliminaries and then we move on to our pay-per-view card from 6 p.m. local, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Here we are. It's all brought to you by No Limit Boxing. We have 4 preliminaries followed by a stacked pay-per-view card of 5 fights. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you this big night and big afternoon of boxing, and here at No Limit Boxing we pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land of which we are holding this event today, and we pay respect to elders past and present. We thank you all very, very much for being a part of the day, and we encourage you to make lots of noise as we get ready. So let's welcome out our first boxers, and let's hear it for the very first time today, Brisbane. Are you ready for some boxing action? Let's begin, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we start in the super welterweight division for 4 rounds of boxing action. It is time to welcome for the ring walk, the man boxing out of the red corner. Let's have a very big round of applause. First boxer of the day, this is Zephy Va.
Here comes Zephy on his way out on pro debut. And we get a look at him for the first time. He's the younger brother of Kavana, who is in his corner with him tonight. He was involved in that scrap with Jacob Plenshaw on the Thurman Jarvis undercard last year out of Ipswich from the Zion Boxing Club. 2 days in the gym a week, wants to model his style on the likes of Ryan Garcia and Javonte Davis, so maybe we'll see something flashy from him tonight. One man who always brings plenty of spark about him, Liam Parrose, alongside me, the former super lightweight champion of the world. G'day, Liam.
G'day, mate. Thanks for having me. Another cracker night of fights ahead of us, and I can't wait.
What a night it's going to be. A couple of debutantes to start us off.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome his opponent, Centre Ring. He makes his way to my right to the blue corner. Let's have a very big round of applause. This is Jack Jarvid.
You might recognise the man on his left there. That is Paul Briggs, of course, one of the few that's crossed over from Muay Thai world champion to twice a light heavyweight world title challenger against Thomas Adamek, of course, in those 2 brutal wars. These two have had a long relationship together where Briggs essentially worked with Jack, having been kicked out of school. He got his high school certificate through an external source, and now he is studying law at university. An upstanding young citizen, a prodigious talent. Cannot wait to see what we're going to get from him tonight. He's keeping good company.
Yeah, it's very exciting. You know, they're both kick-starting off their professional careers, and what a card to start on. It doesn't get much bigger than this, so it's, yeah, the cutthroat of boxing we're going to see. One's going to elevate, one's going to go back to the drawing board, but yeah, very excited for them both and wish them nothing but the best.
You can see Zephy there, he's 5 centimetres taller. He's also got the reach advantage. Both weighed in comfortably inside the limit, and they're enough the same age in their early 20s.
Here we are, boxing fans. First bout of the afternoon. It's time for our official introductions. 4 round super welterweight division is where we begin. Judging this bout, Adam Height, Phil Austin and Phil Ty. This bout is proudly brought to you by No Limit Boxing. We move first of all to my left, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the man boxing out of the red corner. He wears the black and white trunks this afternoon, tipping the scales 69.12 kilograms. Trainer in the corner, Lou Vautuua, boxing out of Zion Boxing. He is on professional debut this afternoon, hailing from right here in Ipswich, Queensland. Ladies and gentlemen, your local hero, this is Zephy Va. And now we move across the ring, boxing fans, to the blue corner to my right. Wearing the all-red trunks this afternoon, tipping the scales 69.54 kilograms. Trainer in the corner, your former world title challenger, the Hurricane Paul Briggs. Boxing out of Sanctum Forge Boxing, and also on professional debut this afternoon. He hails from close by in Kingscliff, New South Wales. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Jack Zephy! Boxers centering, please, for your referee's instructions, and it is the unmistakable Paul the Tornado Tapley.
Okay, fellas, I spoke to both in the dressing rooms. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
So Javid and Valtua, as we unwrap the 2026 Oz Boxing calendar, a showcase of two prospects who grabs the opportunity to leave a memorable first impression.
Box!
And away we go in what is going to be a dynamic night at the fights. 4 threes here, two guys on debut. Corbin Middlemass and Liam Paro in commentary ringside. Do you remember your debut, Liam, and the feeling out there for the first time?
I do remember clear as day, you know, a lot of nerves, a lot of excitement. It's a fun time, you know, and I wish these boys well.
Valtua in the black trunks and Javid in the red, protege of Paul Briggs. Trying to move in behind the double jab there, changing his levels and getting it upstairs, and Valtua able to get one through the guard. From a boxing family out of Ipswich. Mentioned his brother in his corner, who we've seen on a No Limit show in the not too distant past.
Let me just add, they breed him tough out them ways too, so.
In the switch.
He's in the right sport.
In the switch, as the locals dub it. Javid, lad from the Gold Coast, which is an emerging sporting scene. And he'll be the new face of the Gold Coast boxing scene. They've had some world title fights recently, of course. And both Jai Alpatire and Tim Tszyu fighting up there in the not too distant past. Nearly halfway through the opening round, and Javid in the lead foot here.
Trying to establish his jab early, going up and down with his jab. I like that from Javid.
Javid trying to force Valtua back towards the ropes. Valtua sneaks her a little left jab of his own. All of the left jab, as we've seen already, he's happy to sort of switch between the stances, and that's it's the first time we've seen him on pro debut, but the scout on him is that he fancies himself as a switch hitter.
Just getting the eye in of the different angle there, which is going to be most effective for him, but...
Down as well there on the right hand. Valtua able to land one with Javid coming in towards him. And the exchange again as they trade with the body, and Valtua exits that, skips out to his right.
Ooh, nice counter hook there from Javid. And again.
Javid continuing to press the action here as he moves in behind a short hook. Well blocked, and Zephy fleet-footed. Able to get his way back out of there, but entertaining start, bit of action in this opening round. Two guys on debut and feeling out process. Short fight. Just the 4 rounds, and so every round important on the way through.
One thing you can count on with the 4 rounds is you're going to get non-stop action. You know, it's not long enough to let it go each way, so it's hammer and tong right through.
One of them leave an impression here late in the round as Valtua trying to answer back. Has that uppercut blocked. Bobbing, weaving, last 10 seconds of the opening round. As Javid tries to answer back with that jab. And Valtua skips away to complete the round. Javid pressing the action, and that'll do us through one. I mentioned the Hurricane, Paul Briggs. He's the coach of Jack Javid. Here he is.
Good. You're good. Stay there. Deep breath. Again. Good. Pressure's good, yeah, but let's get combos and then out. Remember what we're doing in the gym. We're coming in, we're delivering, and we're exiting, okay? Don't just deliver and stand there, because he's just going to shoot, yeah? Pop, 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 pivot off, and let's get out of there. Yeah, let's not hang around and watch the movie. Good, fast. good?
So here is
pick it
Paul
up
Briggs
just a little bit,
speaking
yeah?
with Jack Jarvid after his first round in the pro ranks. Of course, this all leads tonight here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre to Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa. See
Firstly, congratulations to both boys getting through their first round of professional careers.
You can see that QR code throughout the night. You can scan that. Of course, you won't want to miss any of it. Nelson Solomona, of course, part of that as well as Jarvid here pressing the action again in the pocket. Valtua trying to fight his way out of it. Ooh, Jarvid again, throwing to the body. Oh, and working, fighting his way out of it. Valtua come to foot Jarvid around and finds his range again. Outside of that lead left jab from Jarvid. Throws a right hand and then covers up. Who left the biggest impression on you in that opening round, Liam, as Jarvid going to work here upstairs. And
well, nice little pressure there. But look, I think Jarvid coming on the front foot. It was a tight first round, but just that pressure, I think, yeah, asserting his authority early. But has to be careful too, because Zephy's definitely thrown back and left him, found some openings, I should say.
And this is what people have come to see. And both guys just leaning in. Rock and sock and robots here, both throwing up top. Jarvid trying to punch his way through that high guard. Valtua misses over the top. And Jarvid with that curling left hook again.
Watch your heads.
Jarvid working to the body.
He's found a home for that left hook a few times now. I think he needs to work on that. It's working for him, so don't go away from that.
And a couple of right hands straight down the pipe to follow up. Valtua needs to find a way to keep him honest and keep him off him here. Covering up, Jarvid with a bit of pep in his step. I've seen this as a theme throughout the fight so far, and when Jarvid's thrown, he's thrown multiple punches. And again, a combination there, finishes with that hook to the body. Whoa, 13 punches again, straight in the midriff of Valtua. Has to weave his way back in the middle of the ring, but this is turning into a really good round for Jack Jarvid.
Keep him up.
Paul Briggs is charged in the red, and he's been warned there for a punch south of the border. Valtua has a punch blocked. Oh, Jarvid, 6-7 punch combination. Unleashes a flurry here, and Valtua clinches late in the round. And this is turning into a statement round from Jack Jarvid.
Definitely taking control in this round for sure.
Lamparo having the edge in the opening round, and a more convincing and decisive second round from Jack Jarvid. And all of a sudden, we're at the halfway stage of the 4-rounder. Tszyu, Zerafa, all tonight from 7 o'clock Eastern on main event. Scan that QR code.
Big deep breath. Nice. Now let's just set. Huh? Yeah, he doesn't want to be there. You're going to give him a reason to exit, okay? He's just going to survive, but you give him a reason to get out of there.
Yeah, I should be careful if I get caught.
Yeah. Listen.
We're up 2 our way.
Yeah. We just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
We'll break him.
Yeah.
Nothing silly, just be smart. Let's get the rounds under our belt.
Here's what we've seen so far. Lamparo, what's stood out across the first 2 rounds?
Look, it's been pretty even right up until I think about the halfway point of the second round, where Jarvid's really taking control up and down. I love his body attack. You know, they always say if you're cutting a tree, you start at the base and you take the gas out of the engine, and I think we're starting to see that now.
Money in the bank early in the fight for Jack Jarvid. We've got him up unofficially here with the first 2 rounds. What did you make of his trainer telling him that he's 2 up? Do you like to know that in the corner, how you're going, or at least according to a third party?
100%. It will definitely boost his confidence for sure. And I heard Paul Briggs saying, keep applying the pressure, we'll get him out of here. You know, you've got to take that word from Paul Briggs. He's a former world champion, so his confidence will definitely be skyrocketing now. And he's coming starting fast, but Zephy's definitely answering back now too. So
hasn't he? He's come out of the corner breathing fire. He knows he's got to work his way back in this fight. And Valtua now standing in the middle of the ring trading, wearing a couple to throw a couple. And Jack Jarvid all of a sudden has a new wrinkle to try and deal with. Again, he's punching through that high, albeit leaky guard of Valtua. And a miss on the hook there from Valtua as Jarvid comes straight back to him.
Don't want to there from Jarvid.
Tries the uppercut, misses, and then gets himself at range and outside of the uppercut of Valtua.
Let go of the back of his head.
Take that body, break him down.
Another multi-punch combination, again to the body, just money in the bank for Jarvid.
Break his heart.
Continuing to work to the body. Starting hooks, Valtua lands a couple of his own, answers back.
Beautiful body work by Jarvid.
Jarvid isn't going anywhere. Despite the extra attention for Valtua in this round, and again he throws another two-punch combination. More shots to the body from Jarvid. Oh, setting up that big starting cross on the right hand.
You can't stand there and admire his work for too long because Zephy's replying back with the combination pretty fast. So
Always be wary of the receipt.
100%. What we say, don't admire your work.
Two guys on pro debut, bringing the action. An impressive start from Jack Jarvid, and Valtua showing us what he's capable of in the opening stages of this third round, playing catch up in the bout.
Beautiful left foot.
More work to the body from Jarvid. A probing jab, just set up everything he's done so far tonight. Oh, and then a big right hand punches again through the guard. Snaps
Comes down to the simple fact of fitness wins fights, and in this now we're seeing Jarvid a little bit more well-conditioned. It's showing definitely coming into the later rounds.
Had to absorb a fair bit of pressure early in the round as well. Jack Jarvid has fought back really strong in the second half of this third round. And again, he's the aggressor. Valtua misses. And a good end of the round for Jack Jarvid. What has been an impressive display through the opening 3 rounds. Let's go to the Valtua corner.
Breathe. Right. Come on, you've got to get him on the back foot when you punch. You've got to
Last round, touch gloves.
All right? Come on, control that breathing.
Honestly, bro, his hits really aren't hurting you that much.
It's just numbers, that's all he's doing.
You need to flurry him in this round, Zev, and stay the fuck on him.
If you get a body shot, double up on it. He's not going to expect it. It needs to be a double up, especially the left grip. The last one needs to sink. Tap the first one, then sink the last one.
Zev, you hurt him when you stay on him, brother. I'm telling you from looking outside. You're hurting him, but you've got to stay on him, brother. Last round,
Come on,
3 minutes, brother.
You want to go 3 minutes?
I mentioned earlier that the scout on Zephy Valtua is that he's a switch hitter. Spoke to Jack Jarvid yesterday. He said one of his favourite fighters is marvellous Marvin Hagler. So nothing he hasn't seen before. It's obviously different gravy being in there, but if you study a lot of Marvin Hagler, you'll see one of the world's all-time great switch hitters.
Oh, 100%. Unbelievable fighter. You see the conversation in the corner now is coming from 2 different ends. You know, the guy on the ahead and Jarvid, and you got Zephyr in there. It's the urgency. So there's 2 different ways of following their boys up, and you see now they're starting fast. So they both got that urgency. It's the last round. He knows he's behind, and he's going to bring that action, bring the heat.
Tactically, would you instruct Jarvid to go about it any differently?
No, not for Jarvid. What he's doing is working. But on the other hand, for Valtua, I definitely push the intensity. Like they say, the Warriors go down on your shield.
He's got to take some risks here, and as we know in the fight game, that it means that the more chance you are to land, the more chance you are to get hit. And Valtua chasing the fight in this final round. Great sneak uppercut through on the inside there, Zephy. Jarvid right back in there, making him work. 2-punch combination upstairs. Jarvid staying on him. Slips, counters.
Oh, some big right hands there.
That fires up those in the house nice and early for the first bout of the night. Another stiff right hand. Bounces off the guard of Valtua. And Jarvid here with a flurry of punches, still able to work his way through and bob and weave and miss what Valtua's throwing at him. Needing to lift the tempo in the final round of this short 4-rounder.
He's definitely bringing it, but more sting belongs to Jarvid in these exchanges, so I think he's coming on strong.
Tried to load up on a home run uppercut there. Jarvid didn't quite connect. Hot minute left in the fight. And Jarvid, despite the fact he's up really on our cards comprehensively, he's still the man that's walking forward and pushing back Valtua. Final minute. Valtua trying to work on the inside. And Jarvid right there pushing him back. He's had him in punching range most of the fight. A bravura performance from Jack Jarvid on debut. Oh, and he lands again there. Hook. Superb left hook. And Valtua.
Right hand is on him.
His head rocks back, and now Jarvid's pushing for an early finish.
Still punching back though.
Valtua. Can he get out of the way of all of that? Jarvid with some thunderous shots late in this fight. He's got a dozen seconds to try and navigate before the final bell. Valtua throws back. Tremendous start, both guys on pro debut, and Jack Jarvid with a statement performance.
What a good opening fight.
We have the Gold Coast got a young star to get behind, Jack Jarvid, with an impressive display, and what a way to start this night of boxing, which all culminates in Zerafa on main event. And the main card starting from 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight on main event. But this is what we've seen Liam Paro through this short 4-rounder. Two guys on debut in their early 20s. All action.
All action, yeah, that's exactly right. It was non-stop. Both boys come here, they knew what it was. Yeah, it was massive for them. It was their first fight of their career, and what a card to start on. And yeah, they both left it in there tonight, and I think going off unofficially, I think Jarvid edged that one, but respect to both boys. That was a cracker of a fight, and it definitely set the standard for the card ahead.
I think on pro debut too for Zephy Va. I mean, we saw a lot of nice work from him tonight. You think you're not going to get too many tougher challenges on pro debut than what he encountered tonight in Jack Jarvid.
Absolutely not. You know, both boys are very technically sound. Both put in the hard yards, they come in good condition, and that's awesome. I wish them nothing but the best in their careers.
Jack Jarvid out of the Paul Briggs stable. That was the moment late in the fight, and we thought at that stage, gee, might have been ready to go, and Valtua answers back to hang about. And what a performance. Stephen Payos with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, first of all, please, one more round of applause for our two debutantes. What a start to the evening and to their professional careers. After 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards for the decision. All three judges, Adam Hite, Phil Austin and Phil Ty, have scored about 40-36. We have a unanimous points decision victory, and it goes in favour of blue corner, Jack Jarvid.
Remember the name, pay very close attention to that young man out of the Gold Coast. And he wins a 4-rounder on debut, Jack Jarvid. Coming up tonight, Zerafa, the biggest grudge match in Australian boxing in near 2 decades.
Once in a generation, a feud so intense, layered in deep-seated history, drives fighters to obsession.
A million questions about to be answered.
When belts take a back seat to bad blood.
The wait is over.
Tonight,
He's going to work again.
Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa finally settle Australian boxing's fiercest rivalry.
You've gone welterweight. Step up. Bravo.
This fight, brewing since 2020.
It's not Mickey Zerafa, it's Mickey Hatton's rocking up. You remember what Ricky Hatton did?
Big brother Tim and the bad guy were on a collision course to the top.
Michael Zerafa pulled out of his fight against Tim Tszyu.
Ultimately doomed. This 2-time world title challenger never stopped chasing.
Oh. And they pissed me off.
Agitating like only he can. Introducing! And when a brand new Tszyu became the next big thing, Zerafa's crack at Australian boxing's first family was born again.
A memorable victory.
For Nikita, this one's different. More than just personal.
The thing that I want to do most is see his eyes begging for mercy.
A terrifying version of the Butcher unlocked by his biggest, baddest opponent yet.
The pure butchery we've just seen.
The wait is over.
Does he have his moment now?
At long last, Tszyu and Zerafa, with a bad blood boils over. Tonight.
You asked for it.
Only on Main Event.
How about it to Zerafa, Bad Blood from 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, all on Main Event tonight. It's middleweights there, it's middleweights here. First time for a belt tonight. Stephen Payos with the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, welcome back once again. Centering time for bout number 2 of our preliminary card here this afternoon, and this one a feature attraction of our first bouts of the afternoon. We have 10 rounds for the vacant IBF Pan-Pacific Middleweight Championship. We start with our ring walks for the boxers, and first of all, coming out to the ring from my left, the red corner. He makes his way from the People's Republic of China. Let's give him a very warm Australian welcome. This is Aniwaya Yilijate.
The Chinese pro with a 20-2 record, 14 knockouts, carries with him significant punching power. The only 2 fights that he's lost have both been abroad. Here in Australia to Jade Mitchell, and he was stopped in Japan by Kieran Conway. Can he break through on the road tonight? It is a tough ask for the Australian in Blake Wells, a guy that always comes ready to fight. And Yilijate, given it is in the IBF, there was a rehydration weigh-in this morning. Both guys were able to make that comfortably. Yilijate at 77.9 kilograms, and Wells just 0.3 of a kilo heavier, but both inside the limit, rehydrating to be eligible to fight for the strap tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to introduce his opponent. This man enters the ring to my right in the blue corner. He is a Victorian hero and ready to put regional honours on his resume. Ladies and gentlemen, a very big round of applause. Ring walk time. This is Blake Bomber Wells.
Welcome strangers to the show. Blake Wells on a 5-fight win streak, responsible for the 2025 upset of the year, his win over Andre Mikhailovich last April. Mikhailovich, by the way, came in off a world title fight. He's got a new, unique journey which started with a gym war and a fabled knockdown of Anthony Mundine when he was still an amateur, then entered the pro ranks, had a layoff for a period of time, returned 3 years later. He's now reborn at middleweight, his preferred weight. He carries with him concussive power in any division in which he competes. This guy is a serious contender and a life-changing opportunity here tonight to enter the top 15 in the middleweight rankings in the IBF. Here is the tale of the tape, 2 32-year-olds in Wells and Yilijate. You can see there Wells is 7 centimetres taller, also has the reach advantage. Nothing between them when they hit the scales yesterday.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, centering for one of our feature attractions this evening, especially here on our preliminary card. We have 10 rounds for the vacant IBF Pan-Pacific Middleweight Championship, and our supervisor ringside, sanctioning on behalf of the International Boxing Federation, the IBF, is the unmistakable Mr. Ben Kilty. Welcome ringside. Judging this bout, our 3 judges, Adam Height, Phil Austin, and Phil Ty. When the action gets underway, it's proudly brought to you by No Limit Boxing. We start to my left. Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, this man wears the all-black trunks this afternoon. He tipped the scales, ready 72.1 kilograms. His professional record reads 22 fights, 20 wins, 2 losses, 14 big wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from the Urumqi province in the People's Republic of China. It is a very warm welcome. Ni hao ma. This is Aniwaya Yilijate. And now, boxing fans, we move across the ring to my right. It is time to introduce the man boxing out of the blue corner this afternoon. This man wearing the white, black and blue trunks. He has the light blue frill. Tipping the scale, 72.2 kilograms. Trainer in the corner, Paul Carroll, boxing out of East Coast Boxing. Professional record reads 14 fights, 12 wins, 2 losses, 5 big wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Bairnsdale in Victoria. Here is the promising middleweight prospect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. This is Blake Bomber Wells. Boxers centering, please, for your referee's instructions for the first time today. The former IBF champion of the world, Philip Holliday.
Gentlemen, I've been through the instructions to change, okay? So have a clean fight, listen to my instructions all the time. It's a bit high, okay? So anything on the top line will be okay. Good luck to both of you. Touch gloves.
So on a night that culminates in the middleweight division with Zerafa and Tszyu, 2 dark horses in the middleweight division have an opportunity here to put themselves in the picture at 160 pounds. A life-altering opportunity for the pair.
Just got to move this back a bit, okay? It's a bit close, isn't it? Okay.
Making sure the camera's out of the way. Giving you every angle at home. Making sure you don't miss a minute of this or any of the fights tonight. Of course, with Tszyu and Zerafa to headline later tonight. Giatti in the black and Wells in the white.
I feel this fight's going to be a cracker, and Blake Wells will be beaming with confidence after a win over Mikhailovic, a former world title challenger. So he'll be in the peak and ready to want to put it on a good dominating performance, I'd say.
Looks in excellent physical condition as well, having really found himself all the way up almost in the cruiserweight division once upon a time, and now back at his preferred middleweight division.
Beautiful left hand there.
Back to your jab, off the line, don't let him get you there.
Tracked that first one too, so you know the power he possesses in his hands.
Giatti walking down here. Right hand bounces off the guard. And Wells trying to establish his range here and get a look early in the piece.
Definitely got to be cautious. You look at Giatti's record and 14 KOs, 22 wins, 22 fights. Sorry, is pretty hefty. So he's got a bit of power too. So always makes for an exciting fight.
And gloves on the way in there. Worth trying to throw hooks in the corner. Now Wells using the perimeter of the ring, catches him to the body as he makes his way in. You heard the roar of approval from the corner, and his coach Paul Carroll. Giatti continuing to play the role of the lead foot with Wells. He's back against the ropes. Dangerous counter puncher. Giatti slaps one off the body. 10 rounds, plenty of time to work for the straps. The Pan Pacific title as well. That's a beautiful shot. Curling round and right off the jaw of Giatti, who wears it and keeps coming forward.
And he wore it well.
Stay straight, don't waste.
That'll give Wells a bit of confidence. A throw to the body, gets back at range. He lands upstairs with a short jab on the way in.
Watch the heads, boys, watch the heads.
Stay straight.
Southpaw, of course. Blake Wells.
That's your jab, good boy. Go again.
Jabbing with that right hand. He's power punched that left hand, which is cocked high at the moment. On the jaw as he tries to break it through there. Giatti able to block that.
Do like the variation on Blake Wells' left hand. You know, it's straight, it's hooked around, so it's going to be hard for Giatti to see where it's coming.
Find a home for it there. Giatti having to press the tempo in this opening round. It's his third fight from outside of China. Ooh, Wells catch him on the way in again, trying to find a home for that left hand. And that's the end of the opening round. IBF Pan Pacific title on the line. Chance to go top 15 in the IBF rankings at middleweight for the winner.
Stay straight for me. Yeah, with your backhand. That's there, I know. Don't start rolling it, yeah. Position a punch. We don't sit on the ropes. We don't let him get set at all. Yeah? He's there all day down the middle, isn't he? Straight, yeah? What have you been working on with that? Stay straight, off the line. Stay straight, off the line. And then when you hit that angle, get the body shot on him, yeah? Don't get into gunslinging with him. We know the drill. We've got 10 to get through. Breathe. Keep your head moving. That's beautiful. Basics well, yeah? Breathe, breathe. Don't try and soak up his power standing there in the slot. Keep off the fucking line, yeah?
Ball to Carroll from East Coast Boxing Club in Bairnsdale. He's also got Max Reeves on the prelims. Gee, very tardy getting out of the corner.
Listen, you need to hurry up, okay? You need to hurry up.
Corner, and they get a little warning for that as well.
Okay, let's go.
Both things I noticed, both boys are choosing to stand up between rounds. Is a different approach, especially for a 10-rounder. So, yeah, we'll see how that pans out.
Did you do that much?
No way.
Yep. Legs up when you can.
That's right.
Liam Paro, former super lightweight world champion, perhaps soon to be.
God willing.
Soon to be world champion at welterweight. The talks progressing to try and get that fight over the line towards the end of the first quarter of 2026. Gilly Giardi play the role of the lead foot here, and Wells, he's back against the ropes, controlling the middle of the ring. And as you know, Liam, as a southpaw fighter, the foot positioning all important in southpaw v orthodox.
Oh, 100%. You know, always going to be a lot of stepping on each other's toes. They're trying to get that outside foot domination. Just sets up, especially your rear hand a lot better. It's just straight down the line instead of having to reach over your body. So you'll see it a lot here tonight, fighting for that outside.
See the footwork there. Making sure that lead foot is on the outside is where you want to be. Give you the opportunity to control your angles a lot better from that positioning. So
just brings that power hand closer to home. You know what I mean, with the foot on the outside there.
Giardi going to move in behind the jab, missing on the way in. Wells throws the left hand and then a right hook in behind it.
Stop holding. Stop holding.
Lock up in the middle of the ring. I mentioned the conditioning of Blake Wells.
Step back when I say break. Step back when I say break.
As good as it's been in his career, he did some work with Mark Matthew, who was part of the conditioning coach for Jai Opataya, of course, the lineal world champion at cruiserweight. Now he's fitness guru. He's been running marathons and all sorts of things, which, as you know, a very different type of training to run a marathon as opposed to being in a boxing ring.
Oh, 100%, but it's just it's a good mental aspect to overcome too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of head noise in a marathon.
In a 3:34 marathon at the end of the year before last, Blake Wells. Here he is here trying to control this fight using the perimeter of the ring, and you see the little warning there about the call a break and punching afterwards. Not with any real venom. Final 30 seconds of this second round. Gilly Giardi going to work his way through. Left hand falls short from Wells.
It's a nice boxing on the back foot from Wells out there and keeping Giardi on the end of his punches, which is good.
Bobbing, weaving. We get caught in the clinch again.
Watch it. And I want you to pull his head back down.
Latter stages of the second round, round 2 of 10.
You hear the bell, boy, stop punching, okay?
Good. Wells in behind the left hand. That'll do us. 2 rounds done. Middleweight division, Zerafa coming up tonight. Just shy of the middleweight division at catchweight, of course. One of the great grudge matches in modern Australian boxing tonight on main event.
When you're throwing straight, you land it all day and it's defensively tighter, yeah? You're not getting untidy. Don't get untidy with it. Trust me, straight, it's landing all the time. Yeah? Just look. Keep your head moving. Keep getting off the line. Stick to your plan. Grab that drink bottle, mate. Breathe. More of an even round.
Here's what we've seen so far, Liam Paro. What's stood out to you?
Look, it's a very evenly matched fight. I like when Blake's boxing on the back foot a lot more. Like I said at the end of the last round, leaving Gilly Giardi on the end of his punches. No, just using his range a little bit, but Giardi did use the arm pressure and bring it that round. So it's one apiece, I believe.
Good. Box. Watch the head, okay?
Start of round 3. Blake Wells and Bairnsdale in Victoria and the Gippsland region. Gilly Giardi, Chinese boxer in his 3rd fight away from home. Been the aggressor so far, trying to walk down Wells, and Wells a very capable counter-puncher. Southpaw in behind that left hand. Again, trying to load up, pop that left arm back and find a way through. Yuli Giardi misses on a hook. Well kept out by Wells. He defends that on the way through. Oh, Yuli Giardi. Short left hand on the inside. Slaps off the jawline of Blake Wells and then back to the body. Oh, 3 punches to get through the guard.
He's there, yeah. Starting to bring the heat now. Round 3. So got a long way ahead of us.
They've come dressed for a big night as well, Liam Paro. I noticed a nice little tiger print outfit that you're rolling with tonight, which I'm sure we'll highlight at some stage. And Damon couldn't believe it when he got out of makeup and saw you and thought, you've come dressed as a tiger.
Mate, got to dress for the occasion. You know, the biggest night in Aussie box. What a way to start the year, so.
Much more style than us. There's no doubt about that. There's a reason this man's held gold on the world stage, Liam Paro. This tonight, right here on Fox Sports at Main Event. And the countdown to Zerafa and Tszyu, and at the moment we're watching middleweights here fight for the IBF Pan Pacific title.
Short little left hand. Oh, nice.
And then the follow-up tilt from Wells as he snaps a head back at Yuli Giardi and then works him behind it. And Wells having a moment here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely caught his attention, his respect for those left hands there. And a beautiful variation to the body and come over to the head.
Okay, break it up.
Press his advantage in behind it. Yuli Giardi locking up, looking for a breather in this 3rd round. Wells with a real pep in his step. He's distance well tonight. Fighting off the back foot at times. 2 punches in behind that. And the Victorian.
Okay, break.
The name Sonny on the back of his trunks. Became a father in 2024 to son Sonny, who I noticed has been promoted to Big Brother with Blake and his partner Abby expecting again in March.
Congratulations to him.
Have to find a bit more room on the trunks. Pub number 2 on the way.
The cut now over the eye of Yuli Giardi. Not ideal, especially this early on in the fight.
Johnny's fighter works his way back in, trying to get inside on the chest of Wells, and Wells does well to lock up. Had some big moments in the second third of that round in particular, where he landed those 5 big punches in quick succession. And Blake Wells will be pretty happy with his work after the 3rd round. Yuli Giardi, there's that cut over his left eye as the blood trickles down his face. A little bit to think about in the red corner.
Not the most ideal spot to have a cut either. See how good his cutman is now. They've got their work cut out ahead of them.
And so those spots, it feels like when you bleed there early in a fight, they're pretty hard to stop on the run. This is what we've seen so far in the highlights of that 3rd round. You were pretty happy with the work of Wells here, where he was able to land a couple in quick succession.
Most definitely. He's boxing well on the back foot. He landed some good significant punches and then went forward. Like, you've seen the blood, seen red, and yeah, come forward well. I think that was his round too. So.
Let's go. Trainers,
there's how it happened in the 3rd round.
Come, trainers, let's go. Wait, where are you going? Let's go, box.
Here we are, starting round number 4. So over 10 rounds, belt on the line, IBF Pan Pacific title, and middleweight. This is a division, by the way, where the Australians have had a little bit of success. The Pan Pacific title in particular, which is essentially a regional belt. Was held by both Daniel Gill and Michael Zerafa. The IBF title itself.
When I say stop, punch immediately, okay? Yeah. Watch the back of the heads, both of you, okay? Stop holding on the inside, okay? Sit back, let's go. Okay, time in, let's go, box.
The IBF strap itself at 160, obviously Gill held that with his win over Sebastian Sylvester. And Sam Solomon, shout out to the King, who is also an IBF middleweight title holder with his huge win abroad over Felix Stern.
Some very notable names there, and a win from either of these boys is going to, with the IBF Pan Pacific, is probably going to put them inside the top 15 world rating. So it's massive for them, and with the intensity we see here, I think they know what's on the line.
We saw both boys in the foyer this morning at the hotel. No rehydration clauses. They both tag each other on this occasion. How do you go fighting in the IBF rules and the happening to rehydrate? I think it's only 4.5 pounds you can gain overnight.
Yeah, that's right.
4.5 kilos, sorry.
Yeah, the 10-pound rule. Yeah, so I had to do that with the super lightweight title, and obviously now, God willing, get the IBF World welterweight title over the line. It's going to be the same thing, but you know, we're true professionals. It's no drama to us at all.
Is it good for boxing, rehydration clause?
Look, it is. You know what I mean? just making sure you don't cut too much weight. You know, the boxer safety's at hand there, and it's a good thing because they wouldn't, like I say, we're not playing marbles. You're in there risking your life. So anything to make sure you get home safe to your family and loved ones, I'm all for it.
No doubt. As you can see by the action on your screen, you are not at the ballet. That right hand getting through from Giligiati. The most telling punch of the round so far. Just stunned Wells a little as he now moves in the lock-up.
Stop. Listen, when you're on the inside, you're in the back of the head, okay? Stop at the back of the head, okay?
Little warn for a rabbit punch. The ref trying to keep control of all the action here in the 4th round.
Both boys leaking a bit of claret too.
Giligiati has one straight off the sternum, bounces off Wells' chest. The Victorian working to the body on the way in and then gets himself out at range.
Stop holding, boys. Okay, break. Stay back. Let's go, box.
The latter stages of the 4th round. Giligiati with a couple to the body. Wells does his best part to take most of the momentum off those. Using the perimeter of the ring here. Big reward for the winner. It'll be top 15 in the rankings, and the higher you get, the closer you edge towards a mandatory title shot.
Exactly, massive reward at the end of this fight for the winner, so I'm sure they know what's on the line.
Carlos Adames, Landy Lara, Connor Ben, a couple of the key players in the world stage at middleweight.
Stop holding. You hit it out, stop punching.
Bit of action in the later stages of this 4th round.
Break it up, guys, come on.
That'll just about take us to the end of the round. All to come tonight, Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa. That is the headline, of course, bad blood. But what about this man? Nelson Asafa Solomona on his way in. Big Nasty, ready for his professional boxing debut tonight. 6'7", 130 kegs, ready to throw down at heavyweight.
Man, he means business. Look at him. I'm excited for his career, man. What an athlete. What a human. He's huge. So all the best to him tonight. God willing, he gets the job done.
Simbin suspensions, and now the sweet science for Nelson Asafa Solomona on his way in. I mentioned earlier, it's a night for style. I mentioned the balaclava for Nelson. How about this as the threads from our man Liam Paro? Talk us through it.
Oh, look, got to be different, got to move different, you know what I mean?
Man.
Add some character.
Right,
That's what it's all about.
Certainly doing that. Big personality, big star on the scene. And the tiger print showing out in his home state here in Queensland, Liam Paro. Here we go, round number 5, back at it, Wells and Giligiati. Giligiati, the most telling punch in that 4th round.
Nice little right hook there by Wells. Very evenly matched fight, this one. You can hear the punches from ringside here. Both boys pack a punch. You can hear the thud every time they land, so I'm sure they just wanted to keep a bit cautious, I should say.
Orthodox southpaw matchup. Wells with that lead right jab. Giligiati continuing to press the action, getting in, and then getting out. Both fighters missing here early in the round, and again covering up there. Giligiati to block that stiff left hand of Blake Wells. KG opening to round 5. Left cross, able to get one through Blake Wells, and then short right hand on the inside. Caught Giligiati on the way in.
Good tit for tat there.
Approaching the midway stage of this round, and at the end of it, it'll be the midway stage of the fight, of course, over 10. And Wells covering up. Both guys showing out defensively in the round here. Using his left hand just to feel his way out. The corner keen to get that right hand going. The lead jab of Blake Wells. Back to the jab, the calls from the corner. Giligiati lands one, wears one, locks up. Skips back against the ropes.
Oh, nice jab from Giligiati there.
Wells trying to counter him behind it. Giligiati already backing out. Defensively sound round here in the 5th. Wells trying to throw to the body. Giuligiati back upstairs. Pushes Wells back. And another clinch.
Break it up, break it up, break up, break up. Okay, break it up, let's go. Box.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, running around number 5. Let's lift the noise in here for the
Wells jabbing, so there's that right jab back into it. Crowd involved. Latter stages around 5. Giuligiati trying to load up on a right hand, now throws to the body, slipping out of the way Wells. His footwork supreme tonight.
Can box very well on the back foot. I'm very impressed with Blake Wells there.
Stop, break it up, guys. Break it up, guys.
Mentioned the enhanced durability of Blake Wells. That is also a strength of Giuligiati to scout on him. Now we're into the back end of the fight. 5 rounds down. It's been a close affair so far in the middleweight division inside the Wells corner.
Very competitive fight.
Don't let him get set at all. Start mixing your 2 and hook through, come off the line, then go to the body up with your backhand. That's what you've been training for. He's there all day for it. You want to sit in the slot for his right hand, you'll land it. Don't get off balance with that backhand when you throw it. Yeah, walking across. Mate, we're halfway there. You've done the work, yeah? We've got plenty left here, yeah? Breathe. Plenty left, yeah? Breathe. ID on the front, basics well. Yeah? 1, 2, off the line. 2 and hook off the line.
Blake Wells, his record coming into this bout, 12 wins with 5 KOs and 2 losses. As the old adage goes in boxing land, don't judge a boxer by his record. And the 2 losses, both to Tszyu, which one was a controversial one. He was outpointed. There was a rematch of that on the No Limit on Fox series in 2023 where he was beaten. And Wells later found out he was battling pneumonia through the fight. So that provides just a little bit of a context to perhaps some of those and the 2 losses that he's had so far. Feels like a different version of himself though here in the middleweight division, as fit as he's ever been.
100% of losses and always a bad thing. It's a lesson, you know, and look what he's bounced back. Look at the wins he's had. Like we said, his previous win over Mikhailovic, so he's bounced back well, and yeah, I wish him more success, but he's got his hands full tonight.
Corner very keen for him to throw that jab a little bit more. We see him leaning on the left hand. He's got to cover up, stop that liver shot coming through from Giuligiati. Leaps in on him again, trying to sit on his chest, and Wells
break it up, let's go, break it up.
Keeps him off him. Back to the left hand. Circling around to his right, Wells.
Watch the guys, watch the back of the head, okay? Break it up. That's it, watch the back of the head. Watch the back of the head, okay? Let's go, box.
See Blake Wells fighting against an orthodox fighter who'll be circling around to his right as much as he can. If he heads the other way, Liam, that would spell trouble for him into the line of the right hand of Giuligiati.
Most definitely. You're always trying to get out of the way of their power hand and also set yours up. You know, him standing to the right-hand side, like I said before, is a closer way to home base with your left hand, and also banging out of the firing line of his right hand, his opponent's right hand.
So you can see that at home for young fighters. And the way that Wells moves here, continuing to shift to his right and outside of the line of that power punch, that backhand, the right hand of Giuligiati as he moves in, and Wells blocks that, tries to answer back of his own.
We've spoken about the conditioning of Blake Wells is good too, but I'm very impressed with Giuligiati's conditioning. He keeps pushing forward, you know, he's taking some big shots and he's still there. He means business. He knows what's on the line with this one.
Fought Jade Mitchell, was a fellow Victorian, and it was an interesting fight where Giuligiati threw a couple of vicious body shots early in the fight, and Jade was able to outbox him from that point on, but yeah, he didn't go anywhere. Giuligiati was right there the whole way through. Great durability, still coming forward. But again, he's trying to sit on the chest of Wells here, who throws to the body.
Okay, break it up, break up. Let's go, box.
I mentioned earlier that blood leaking from the left eye of Giuligiati. Corner's done a pretty good job.
Yeah, they have. They definitely have, you know, especially in that spot. That's not ideal. You know, you get the clarity in the eye and it blocks the vision.
You get the ball, stop punching, boys.
Wells bobbing, weaving, staying at range. End of round 6. Very competitive fight so far through half a dozen rounds. Countdown on Zerafa Tszyu tonight, the grudge match, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Main Event. Paul Carroll, the trainer of Blake Wells in the blue corner.
Hey, Phil, what are you saying? Yeah? Get off the line. Keep working on what we've been playing. The plan was always to get off that line on him. Yeah? Breathe. Keep it straight, mate. I'm telling you, every time it lands, mix your jab, touch, double jab backhand, off the line. Breathe. Breathe. Let's go. Keep it in now.
Have you got it, Liam? Through 6.
Mate, I reckon it's neck and neck, eh? It's a very close fight. Now, these boys can't afford to let anything slip.
I'm with you.
Especially in the tail end of this fight now.
I'm with you. There's a lot of... We've got it as an extremely close fight, as close as it can be through 6. The other thing is, even the rounds themselves, there's lots of swing rounds, which, you know, you watch from a different vantage point, or you like something else, or a particular part of the style, whether it's the defensive work or, you know, who's pressing the action, and that can swing rounds dramatically in a close fight. So
100%, and it just comes down to the 3 judges, what they prefer, what preference they have, and what angle they're watching the fight from. So what we see here, they might not see from the other side, and we might like the boxing, they might like the pressure. We're just going to have to wait and see, but it's definitely a very close fight, well-matched fight.
Keep that in mind too when you're watching the fights as well, the decisive rounds and the swing rounds, and how that can impact a possible outcome. So round number 7 here, and certainly I think it's fair to say the fight is still very much on the line. We're into the last 4 here. IBF Pan Pacific title on the line. And Blake Wells coming off his career best win so far with that huge upset over Andrei Mikhailovich in the second quarter of last year. And now back in the ring here against Aniwa Yiligiati from China.
That's definitely here to win also, we might add that. He's definitely got his hands full.
Mentioned in the walkouts, he's only fought twice abroad previously. He dropped both those fights, but certainly not overawed or by the occasion as we've seen. And he's well and truly in this fight halfway through the 7th. Wells looking to get a 2-punch combination through. Yiligiati weaving out of the way. Max Reeves, who's on the card, stablemate of Blake Wells. We'll see him coming up to headline the prelims. He's got plenty of support in the house. Both guys hail from Gippsland, fight out of the same gym, so plenty of support for Max and for Blake in the house, despite the fact we're 2 states away up in southeast Queensland.
Both boys would love to go home on the same flow with 2 wins, definitely.
Wells has got all of it in front of him here. Latter stages of round number 7. Yiligiati continuing to come forward.
He's coming to fight, he's really pressuring.
Throwing to the body, and an impressive round from him. Wells locking up.
Let him go. Okay, let's go. Box.
Last 30 seconds of the round important. Can one of them punctuate the round here? Leave an impression for the judges. Wells wears a few on the inside, trying to give a few. Now skips away. Yiligiati walks back at him. Final 10 seconds.
Step back, break it up. Come on. You hear the bell, boys, stop punching.
That'll do us. 7 rounds down. Of course, it all leads to tonight. Nikita Tszyu up against Michael Zerafa. We had the weigh-in yesterday in King George Square, and what an occasion it was. Michael Zerafa on the scales first, and there's Nikita Tszyu looking ice cold, and there was a little bit of spice here between them as they came together, Lamb.
Yeah, definitely. There's a bit of animosity, and that just makes for a better fight. You know, the crowd's in for a barn burner tonight. Very excited. I'm just touching. Nikita looks very strong at middleweight too, so I want to see how he goes up here, if he brings that extra power to the ring. And look, he doesn't look much smaller than Zerafa either for his first fight up at middleweight.
Zerafa hasn't been this light in a fight since 2018, so you have to go back a little while. That he's got in at 71.16 kilos. Tszyu a little lighter at 70.6, and they're fighting at a catch weight tonight, which is 1.4 kilos south of the middleweight limit at 71.2. You can see it all on Main Event tonight. Coverage starts from 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Who's there more pressure on tonight, Lamb? Tszyu or Zerafa?
Mate, I've been asked this question all week, and look, it's two men at two different points of their career. You know, Zerafa, Efforts unfortunately get the loss. There's retirement knocking on the door. Tszyu's wanting to make his name a household name, get up onto the world stage, and this is his doorway there. So just depends who wants it the most, and we're hours away from finding that out.
Cannot wait for all of that. What a card it's going to be. Nelson Asifa Solomona, of course, part of that.
Oh man, I'm pumped for the heavyweights. Every time there's heavyweight fights, it's gonna be a killer night, and we're lucky enough to have 3 tonight. So
they are on deck. Liam Wilson also on the card, so all of that from 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Wells with some work to do here. Round number 8 of a possible 10. Yili Giardi has got himself well and truly in this fight away from home, the Chinese pro, and what is now his 23rd professional fight. Carries with him 14 knockouts and his 20 wins.
Got some pop in those hands.
He's pressed the action most of the way through.
Stop.
Wells counter-punching, fought well off the back foot.
Lift your head up, okay? Don't push your head under your arm. Let's go.
He's bringing the relentless pressure, Yili Giardi, and let me tell you that. I know that firsthand how tiring it is when I faced Subi Almateas. It's like a bug on your shirt. You just can't get him off there, you know? So Blake Hobbs will be working extra in there.
What does he need to do, Wells? When that sort of style presents itself?
Just keep trying to box beautifully on the back foot, but he's saying that. Being on the back foot, you need to be a lot busier, because from the judges, they've got coming forward looks a lot more dominant. It's on the back foot, you want to be, throwing a bit more punches, landing a bit more.
Corner asking him to throw that right jab a little bit more for Blake Wells, and again, he's trying to keep Yili Giardi off him here. Clinching in the 8th round. Has not been overawed at all. The visitor and Yili Giardi.
Hold it up. Okay, break it up. Let's go. Break it up. Break it up. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Box.
Praise the stamina of both guys to be tested here as we head towards rounds 9 and 10. And the fight on the line. 2 to go. Oh, Yili Giardi thudding punch off the guard. Wells does well to cover up.
Let's go. Let's go. Box.
Again bouncing off the guard, and again Wells in for the clinch.
You hold. And now I'm going to stop holding, okay? You're going straight away and hold. Stop, okay? Let's go. Let's go.
There's the official warning on the way through for the clinch. Wells looking to find his way to the end of the round here. Can he get something off before the final bell goes? To the body, Yili Giardi. Thunderous blow to the body, and Wells wears it. Doesn't take the wind out of him, and he gets back to the corner. And a few deep breaths for Blake Wells with a bit to do into round 9.
Breathe. Drink bottle. Breathe. Hey, this is meals on the table shit. This stuff, this is where we really dig in, yeah? We really dig in these last 2 rounds. We get our numbers up, we keep getting off the line, but we're numbering, yeah? You keep adjusting your length and you keep coming back on. Breathe. 2 to get. Smart, we're not gunslinging, we're staying smart. Long box numbers, off the line, go again. Off the line, go again. Yeah? What do we got left? You tell me. 2 rounds. 2 rounds. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
So here we go, 2 rounds to go. IBF Pan Pac title on the line. Chance to go top 15 in the ratings in the middleweight division. So that is what is on the line here. And Yili Giardi has delivered a nice showcase so far, and still with a bit of pep in his step here as he comes out and tries to press the action to start round 9.
Yeah, definitely a lot of bounce. He's coming in fit, and like you said, they know what's on the line, and once you're in that top 15 ratings, it can be life-changing. You get a knock on the door for a world title, and that's
okay, break it up, break it up. Watch the heads, boys. Watch the heads. Okay, let's go. Okay, stop. Time.
Okay, so Yili Giardi just pointing towards an accidental headbutt, as you saw him signal there.
And the other eye's cut open now.
And that is the right eye. We mentioned earlier the left eye, and that is leaking blood. Ooh. Oh, the doctor's going to stop the fight. Wow. So there is a moment after the head clash, and they're going to rule a stoppage to this fight in the 9th round as the blood is pouring out of the left eye.
accidental head clash.
And there we go. It's an accidental head clash. So what that means here, the unified rules of boxing with the accidental head clash and the foul after the 4th round, we will go to the cards. So this is headed to the cards here after 8 rounds, and here it is.
Wow. Crazy, and that's crucial rounds. That was a very tight fight, so, man, it's going to be interesting to see what the scorecards are. But in going to that headbutt, Southpaw Orthodox, that's very bound to happen. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's boxing.
So we are going to the cards here after 8 rounds to decide a winner. Had that happened in the first 4 rounds, it would have been ruled a technical draw, a no contest effectively. But because we're after the 4-round stage, we will take the judges' cards up until this point. But you flagged this earlier. This often happens, doesn't it? Orthodox up against a southpaw fighter. It can cause accidental head clashes and seem to be bad enough by the doc that he's signalled that there's no more.
There you go. We've just found out firsthand, you know. It's not only just the fight for the footwork. You've got to watch the head clashes, and there we go. Starts leaking instantly. That must be deep.
And it was shaping as that kind of a fight, but those last 2 rounds could well have decided the outcome.
Man, crucial both ways. You know, I'm interested to see what is up to. Look at that, just pouring out.
That is a gruesome cut. And as you can see, Yili Giardi there weaving out away. I'm not sure there's any amount of Vaseline that's going to stop that. Holy smokes. Backs up the decision of the doc to call it off, the way that is leaking in the position in particular. We saw the cut he had earlier, which was really right on the eyebrow, but given the fact that was sort of underneath the eyebrow and the problems that presents for a fighter.
Oh, massive, massive. You know, you've seen how much blood there. That's huge. That's going to need attention straight away. But just the vision, it goes into the eye, and people sometimes wonder why don't let the fights go. It's not like having water in your eye when you have clarity in there. It blocks your vision, and yeah, it can cause a lot of potential damage.
Phil Holliday, now the referee making the decision that is enough. Sorry, no, not the advice of the doctor deciding that is enough. Really, he was left with no choice. His only decision was whether the headbutt was accidental or not, and I think we saw on those replays there that that was certainly the case, and as a result, we'll be going to the cards. So the sample size we got after 8 rounds is it. And we're going to get a winner here and a new IBF Pan-Pacific champion shortly. Stephen Pales has got the cards. We're about to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, let's have a round of applause for both of our boxers here, please. Centre ring. Ladies and gentlemen, 37 seconds into round number 9. The doctor, Dr. Alan Saunders, has called a stop to this contest due to an accidental headbutt. As a result, we go to the judges' scorecards for the decision and to award the belt to the new IBF Pan-Pacific middleweight champion. Judge Phil Tye scores the bout 88-83. Judge Phil Austin scores the bout 88-84. Judge Adam Height scores the bout 87-84. All 3 in favour of your winner by unanimous points decision. Blue corner, Blake Bomber Wells.
Well, that is a win for Blake Wells. That forces his way into the middleweight title sweepstakes, into the top 15 in the IBF rankings,
Sonny,
and he gets out of here.
I love you, can't wait to get home. Love you, you're the best.
With the IBF Pan-Pacific crown. There's a little shout out for his son, Sonny, in the process. And he's got that strap around his waist. And he gets on the right side of the decision here as the bout heads to the cards after that accidental head clash in the start of the 9th round. Coming up tonight, of course, Nikita Tszyu up against Michael Zerafa, the biggest grudge match in Australian boxing in near 2 decades. You do not want to miss it from 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The fights continue after this. Zerafa, Bad Blood coming up tonight here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. The prelims roll on. Stephen Payos in the middle of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here, centering in Brisbane. Fantastic 2 fights to start our card this afternoon. 2 more remaining on our preliminary card before we move into the main event pay-per-view, 6 p.m. local time here in Queensland, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. If you haven't ordered the pay-per-view now, do so, mainevent.com.au. Let's welcome out our boxers for the next bout of the afternoon. 6 rounds in the lightweight division. We start with our ring walk, red corner. This is Joma Paliwen.
Joma Paliwen out from the same promotional stable that sent us former super featherweight wildcarder Joe Noine, who had a pair of fights, of course, with Liam Wilson for 1 win and 1 loss on the end of that left hook from hell, as Ben Damon dubbed it. This guy in Paliwen, he's had success overseas in the past, had a TKO win in Japan back in 2020, and he's just gone 15 years since his pro debut. He's got only 1 loss in that time, and yet an interesting record, 7 wins, 1 loss and a couple of draws. He's working to build an unfinished boxing gym in the Philippines, helping underprivileged athletes. This is Joma Paliwen, who makes his way out to the ring first. Corbin Middlemass alongside Showtime Sean Porter in commentary. And I'm told, Sean, you have requested specifically to be here for this bout.
Yeah, I love coming over here. I love having fun. And this kid that'll be coming into the ring next, I saw him 1 time, and I said, wow, I think he's got next.
Opponent centering, boxing out of the blue corner to my right. This is the returning Billy Pokinghorn.
And as the announcer just said, the returning Billy Pokinghorn. This early in his career, he can't afford these kind of layoffs. Understandable having injuries, and this is what I tell every young guy I come across. Stay healthy. If you're not healthy, you can't feed your family. If you're not healthy, you can't reach your dreams. Billy's got some big dreams. I believe in this kid. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back and get back in this ring and do what he loves to do.
That's good support from the former 2-time world champion Sean Porter. Part of the coverage tonight, of course, on Main Event. I'm told he's never had a soft drink in his life, and if you look at his physique, you can probably understand that. Blue chip prospect coming out of the amateurs, over 200 bouts there. Key rivalries with his now stablemate Liam Wilson and Harry Garside, whom he dropped once in one of their fights. He's coming off that torn bicep where he spent 16 months out of the ring. He returns here tonight. He's also the caretaker at the All-Star Boxing Club. So he lives on site. He's there basically as the caretaker of the Lion's Den, as it's dubbed. He said, they call me the Hammer, but you can also call me the caretaker. And on Friday night, I'm there to take care of business. That's what he's here for, Billy Pokinghorn. He is 7 years the junior to his opponent tonight. You can see he's got the height and the reach advantage, and little between them, both making weight yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Centering time for the next bout of our preliminary card. We are penciled in for 6 rounds. We are in the lightweight division. When the action gets underway, judging this bout, your 3 judges, Adam Height, Phil Austin and Phil Ty. This bout proudly brought to you by No Limit Boxing. First of all, we move to my left in the red corner. It's time to introduce the man wearing the black and red trunks this afternoon. Tipping the scale, 61.54 kilograms. He comes into this bout with a professional record. 10 fights, 7 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 5 big wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing all the way from Quezon City in Metro Manila in the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm Australian welcome. This is Joma Paliwen. And now we move to my right, ladies and gentlemen. We introduce the man boxing out of the blue corner this afternoon. He wears the black trunks with the claret trim. He weighed in 61.16 kilograms. Trainer in the corner, Benny Harrington, boxing out of the All-Star Boxing Academy. Glenn Jennings in the corner, Fight Life Management. The man enters the ring with a perfect professional record, 4 fights, 4 wins, 2 big wins coming by way of knockout. Originally hailing from Southend-on-Sea, now residing in Queensland, Australia, a proud West Ham United supporter up the Hammers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Billy the Hammer Pokinghorn. Boxers centering, please. Your referee, Paul the Tornado Tutley, centering.
Okay, fellas, I spoke to you both in the dressing rooms. I want a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Good luck.
Well, the theme of this camp for Billy Pokinghorn has been about making up for lost time. Let's see how fast he can move the clock here on his return to the ring after 16 months out.
Don't be surprised if he starts fast. That's his identity.
Okay, here we go. He's got Sean Porter's approval, and he's with us in commentary for this. 6'3s in the lightweight division. And Pokinghorn in the black trunks with the black gloves. And Pelin in the black with the red trim and the red gloves. Closest to screen. Goes straight to work behind that right hand.
And it's a beautiful jab that just, you know, the jab is going to keep his opponent busy. The jab is going to land and score. And then he's bringing that weaving overhand right. That's a great start for him.
Every fight fan will love to see that in the jab and its many uses. And what it's available to do for a fighter, as you touched on, Sean, and what it's able to set up for him as Pelin trying to work to the body, throws over top, misses. Weaving out of the way, Pokinghorn gets some coverage to the body.
It's a good strong jab to the body and a good hooking right hand to the body right there as well. You know, people want a fighter that's busy. I don't think people know what they want. They say, oh, we want action. You want a fighter that's busy. You want a fighter that's busy correctly. And that's what I see from Billy. That's why I'm here right now. You see those small steps forward, the feints. He keeps his opponent busy. And then when he throws, he lands just like that jab right there.
Keen to keep him busy with his schedule this year as well. And after the 16 months out, now in his late 20s, only 4 pro fights, throws a right over the top and then covers up, avoids a receipt. Pelin trying to warn for a rabbit punch. Ref not all that interested.
Pelin, he needs a jab and he needs a feint of his own. He's got to find a way to stabilize Billy.
Pokinghorn covers up there. The All-Star Boxing Club and Benny Harrington's charge. He's in the corner tonight, in the blue corner. And a blue baseball cap to the right of screen there.
Good jabs from Billy.
Finding his range here in the opening round. First of 6, 16-month layoff for Pokinghorn. Oh, big right over the top. Pelin avoids that.
Nice. No, at some point you get confident, you take a chance, you know.
That was a home run right hand.
Or I was gonna say on the other side of that is you feel like, all right, I got to do something. And he actually did the right thing. Nice right hand for Pelin.
Deep amateur pedigree, as I touched on in the walkout. Of 200 bouts. Oh, nice uppercut on the inside from Pokinghorn. Now covers up, tries to throw again. With the uppercut.
What a punch selection, though. I mean, that uppercut is just, it's a dangerous punch to throw. You either land it or you get hit.
Yeah. Scout on him, so can pressure, can fight off the back foot, fast, high boxing IQ. What's not the love?
Listen, Pelin he's a live dog here. He's willing to throw, he's willing to exchange, and it's good for Billy because he needs a good look in his first fight back.
He's back into it. First round on his return done for Billy Pokinghorn, and his opponent Pelin in the fight. Showtime Sean Porter with his ringside. He'll be part of the coverage tonight alongside Ben Damon, Nikita Tszyu, and Michael Zerafa, of course, your headline. Live and exclusive on Main Event. All you got to do is scan that QR code bottom left. You can watch it all 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time.
See when you come through those.
Billy comes out. Look at that overhand right. Swing and just missed. But I got a feeling he knows that that's going to be the punch tonight. Pulled that highlight right there because I got a feeling that that punch right there, that uppercut as well, just a beautiful punch selection. And again, very comfortable. You out of the ring for 16 weeks, offense and defense, and then right back to the offense. He did get caught in that round. I didn't pull that highlight of him getting caught, but you know, that's one of the things when you've been out of the ring for a little while, sometimes you get a little stationary instead of being able to get in and out the way that you're used to doing.
Here we go, starting off round number 2. What's better than one former world champion to talk you through it? We got 2, Sean Porter alongside Liam Paro, myself, Corbin Middlemass, calling the fights for you. The prelims as Pokinghorn goes up top with the right hand and then gets himself out of punching range. Oh, another overhand right, blocked and throws to the body. Good follow-up.
Tell you what I like from Pelin. I think he knows his success is with trying to throw with Billy. If he can punch between those gloves, he might have a shot. But these body shots right here are vicious coming from Billy.
He's going to work in the corner. Pelin does well to turn it around, and now Pokinghorn with his back on the ropes. And that's a fun exchange. Crowd's happy with that.
Good hook right there to the body from Billy. Working both sides as well.
Pelin fighting his way out of the pocket.
Liam, you ever got some sparring in with Billy?
No, I haven't yet. No, I've been asked that question earlier tonight, but no, not yet.
Sorry, I'm making you repeat yourself.
That's all good. But maybe in the near future for sure. He looks like he packs a lot of power.
Yeah.
In the lightweight division, finding a way around the defensive work of Pelin. Also comes in shredded as well. Presented well on the scales yesterday. Over from the Philippines. Oh, big thudding right hand over the top. Doing his best to try and take some of the steam off those. Pelin and fighting back. But they don't tickle.
There it is. For Pelin, it's about getting that respect. It's about trying to keep Billy at bay, keep him off of him. He needs more body work himself.
You can hear him, just the sound effect. Body punches from Billy Pokinghorn. Again, whacking away with that right hand.
And again, something else I love to see from a fighter, changing your stance, changing your approach to the fight. Billy has become a body puncher now. He's become a power puncher now, and he's utilizing it perfectly.
Pokinghorn now a lead foot, walking Pelin back.
Jab.
High guard from Pelin. The call from the Pokinghorn corner, don't let him rest, stay on him, and more shots to the body. Pelin trying to answer back to the body.
It's a good combination, but then again, look, he gives him too much space. He gives Billy too much space. Pelin needs like twice as much of that.
Supreme athlete Billy Pokinghorn and pressing his advantage here, trying to find his way through Pelin, who's retreating. And he's getting a little warning too for a punch a little too far south.
Blame it on the layoff.
He punctuate the round here, Pokinghorn. Right hand off the guard. Is there time for one more? Trying to split the guard, and that'll do us through 2.
Super crisp work from Pokinghorn. Wow.
Every now and then there's one of those fights you just do not want to miss. And ding ding, round 1 when it starts tonight. Nikita Tszyu, Michael Zerafa. You do not want that FOMO. Here's Benny Harrington.
Get into the double guard. I think it's going to be the body, to be honest. Once you bring the hands down to the body, if he doesn't go down, it's the uppercuts to the head, okay? Big breath, big breath. Get him on that double guard, all right?
Good work there from the corner. Good work during this last round from Billy Pokinghorn. Nice little straight right hand landed from him. But like I said, he changed his stance. He became a body puncher, became a vicious body puncher. That right there is what Pelin needs, though. He needs to punch in between the gloves of Billy and try to find some good timing to land a big shot. But if he doesn't and lays on the ropes like this right here, it's going to be a long night for him. A short night.
Into round 3 of 6 in the lightweight division. Billy Pokinghorn in return from a 16-month layoff, and Pelin has only had the 10 pro fights despite making his debut way back in 2010. His last fight coming almost a year ago to the day on January 18, 2025. How will his conditioning go the longer this fight continues?
Liam, quick question for you. different regions over here in Australia. Are there different styles based on the region that you're from, or is it just kind of you are who you are?
No, unfortunately, it's not like America. You know, we're all pretty similar. You know, you got your good boxers, your tough press forward fighters. You know, but one thing I will add that Australia is now bringing a lot of skill to the table. You know, with skill-wise, we're catching up with the rest of the world.
I agree. Yeah. And
But,
again, something else I see from Billy, and that's what I remembered about him was he just his skill, along with the speed and this power. You know, it's a rare commodity, it seems like, over here in Australia. We're starting to see more of it, huh?
100%, a lot more all-round technical fighters now. You know, we're starting, like I said, starting to catch up with the rest of the world.
And there's no surprise that's reflected too at Olympic Games level. So you look at, going back to 2012, 2016, there'd be less than a handful of Australian fighters going to represent the country. And now, as recently as the last Games in Paris, there was a dozen fighters over there fighting under the Australian flag. So a lot more of that sort of amateur pedigree, getting good experience against high-quality opposition before turning pro. There it is. It's Pelin with his back against the ropes here.
Nice head movement from Pokinghorn as well.
Pokinghorn again, changing levels, upstairs, downstairs.
I'm going to tell you what I like about that right there. We call it touch, 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 explode, right? So he just, really light with his hands. Well, we'll see it again right here. He's going to go light. No, he decided to go hard. I'm not mad at him.
And Pelin turns it, but now he's trying to press the action and get something off. The Filipino in the last minute of his third round of 6. Pokinghorn goes straight back to work in the body. Those starting punches right in front of us. You can feel them, I'm sure, watching at home.
And then, Liam, we got the other thing that most fighters forget about. Force the referee to do his job. I don't think his opponent's in harm's way yet. But this is keeping this pressure. This fighter gets stopped because the ref is like, you're not returning.
Pokinghorn. And that's where you come in and you punch a lot of flurries. Might not be hard, but in the ref's eyes, he's not punching back. He's not protecting himself. So 100%. Use every advantage you can.
Trying to keep him in the pocket there, and he is making this ring tiny for Pelin at the moment, cutting the ring off and stalking him before the final bell. That vicious body punching. And what a return so far for Billy Pokinghorn, back in the pro ranks after a 16-month layoff. Jonah Pelin, I mentioned, he hasn't fought at the pro level in almost 12 months, and he's taking a breather on his feet at the moment, getting a drink.
Sometimes that's the best place to be. To stand up and endure.
Pokinghorn sitting with everything bar the corner stall at this stage.
And then we finish on the out, okay? We just start digging his body and uppercuts.
Big night for all-star boxing. Billy Pokinghorn's on now. Liam Wilson to come later. To Wessie in the heavyweight fight, of course, against Denson McKean.
Step to him, okay? Don't give him space.
If you want to watch all that, you can find it on Main Event, live and exclusive, before Zerafa, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The QR code, bottom left. Four of 6 here. Sean Porter talking you through it, the former two-time world champion who's requested to be on ringside. Just keep an eye on Billy Pokinghorn. He's a big fan of his work. Charismatic fighter, and certainly fights in the same fashion in what we've seen from him through the first 3 rounds so far.
Yeah, I think it was the second time I came over here. I saw Sam Goodman for the first time. I said, wow, the kid's got some skills. Little kid, but he's strong, tenacious. List goes on, and the next time I come over, I see Hartman. Hartman's he's a wild card. I love watching him do his thing. I think he's gonna be making the transition. But then one of the last times I came over, I had the opportunity to see Billy, and after that, I just made it a point. Remember some of these names, because you're gonna start seeing some of these guys on the world level.
Those body punches taking the wind out of me. That is enormous, and Pelin doing his very best to try and fight back and keep Pokinghorn off him here. Throwing multiple punches. Pokinghorn's not going anywhere. Stalks him again into the pocket.
He's walking straight through it all. It should be disheartening for Pelin for sure.
That breakdown it comes different for everybody. This breakdown here, it's not the kind of breakdown that has disabled Pelin, but it's just completely taken the power, the steam off of his shots. You can tell when he does release, there's not much there. He's broken down.
It would also be mentally draining too, you know. He's given him everything he's got.
Yeah.
Pokinghorn keeps walking through it like, is that it?
Listen, he's lucky there's not more fans in this arena. He really, the breakdown will be even worse.
Again, changing levels. Pokinghorn swings through on the uppercut. Didn't quite connect. Pelin weaving out of the way. Looks exhausted as he's perspiring significantly, as you can imagine, trying to again fight out of it. He's back in the corner. Staying just outside range, and those home run shots from Pokinghorn not quite connecting.
And here's time for the ref to, you know, see this look in.
And this is just target practice here, trying to land that uppercut. Couldn't quite get it through. Pelin hanging in for now. Ref taking a close look.
Good body shot landed right there from Billy. And now it's time for him to let his hands fly. This is where we get the ref to do his job.
Punching through that leaky guard, Pelin trying to use the perimeter of the ring and stay at range, but Pokinghorn just walking him down and walking at him again.
So, check it out. Only 4-0, right? So this is his 5th professional boxing match. One thing he's going to learn moving forward is how to stay sharp, cut the ring off, and continue to do his job. Right now, he's pulling back. You know, he feels comfortable. He knows he has this fight in the bag. But I think that, you know, the next level for him is to step over, remain sharp, and get this guy out of here.
100%, and went to see them openings, like I said, make the ref come in. If he was to throw a flurry, a 10-punch combo, I think the ref would call it off.
Yeah.
But that comes with experience, doesn't it, Sean?
Experience, time awareness, ring awareness.
What a treat. Sean Porter and Liam Paro talking you through it. The prelims roll on Fox Sports. Tonight on Main Event, it is Zerafa. Here are the highlights from that 4th round.
You know, you have an opportunity to tell the producer what highlight you want. In this round, it was kind of like the pickings were whatever we wanted, you know? Right there, even a punch that he missed, but you see the confidence, and you see this right here. I'm still here. I'm coming to get you. I wanted to see more of it. See, he's starting to stand a little more erect now. That's taking power away from his shots. He's got some work to do, some things to improve on. But at this point in the game, 5-0, about to be 5-0 soon, unless something crazy happens. You know, he looks fantastic for just, you know, 5 professional fights.
Definitely looking good.
Mentioned Sam Goodman too, and as much as an attractive style and a charismatic personality is one thing, the ability to try and sell some tickets and pull a crowd. And Billy Pokinghorn just tapped into the West Ham supporters group here in Brisbane, who are obviously they share the same allegiance to the football club they support, and so it's not a bad way to do it. Basically say, hey, we got this in common. How about you come out and support me the same way we support the Hammers? And he's been able to move a few tickets there and bring a few along tonight.
That's how you do it.
Yes, in behind him. Billy Pokinghorn at the West Ham familiar chorus on the way out. Pelin, he's got 2 more rounds to try and get through. He's down on the cards, and Pokinghorn feeling it on his return. Continuing to circle out to his left.
Yeah, I mean, this completely changed the game. If Billy takes a step over and prevents, there it is right there. He prevents Pelin from continuing to circle to his left.
Do you think push more to cut the ring off instead of following him around?
Yeah, you know.
Close the gap.
Yeah, you know, it's not really about, you know, just cutting the ring off and I got to get to you, but just to simply cause Pelin to circle back the other way, he hasn't had to do that this entire fight. You know, he's probably going to be in no man's land if you tell him to go back to the right, you know?
100%. Then different shot opportunities will open up also there.
There it is. But overall, for Billy, you know, not much that he's done wrong. A lot that he's done right. You know, the feints, the jabs, the busyness, the pressure.
Pelin using the full perimeter of the ring in this 5th round. Trying to circle and stay outside of punching range, having worn numerous shots to the body, even the ones he's blocked. Coming at such a pace. They both exchange there on the way in. Pelin. This has been the theme of the fight so far, trying to keep Pokinghorn off him. Deep breath from Pelin. Half a minute left in his 5th round and then 1 to go after that. As Pokinghorn pressing for his 5th winning the pro ranks. And behind the jab, again following a similar rhythm in this 5th round. Can he unload something late here, Pokinghorn, as he stalks him again into the corner. Here we go, last 10 seconds. Oh, Pelin lands one upstairs just to keep Pokinghorn pushing back for the time being, and Pelin with a good finish to the round. Good recovery from the Filipino. And he navigates that 5th round. 1 to go.
Pelin looked at his corner as they were getting in. He kind of shrugged his shoulders like, what do you want me to do? There's nothing I can do about this. Look at this overhand right there. That was a clean overhand. And again, something to improve on, being able to learn how to direct this overhand right. Boom. Top of the head right there, but it's on the side of the head. That overhand right, we wanted to land flush on the top of that forehead, the chin area, maybe even the nose. That's where it does damage, but then you see that right there. Pelin figuring out a way to just stay alive here, come back, and again, Pokinghorn giving him the space that he needs to continue to circle left.
Has it lived up to what you'd hoped it would be, Sean?
Absolutely, and Liam, I'll tell you this. I always say a lot of times you bring a fighter in that knows he's not supposed to win this fight. Is he gonna follow the script, right? That script being, I'm B-side, I'm not supposed to fight back, I'm not supposed to win, all those things. Billy Pokinghorn, he forced him to follow the script. You know, we're one more round here, and I'm wondering if Pelin's gonna show any more than he showed throughout this fight. And I got a feeling Pokinghorn's got another gear that he's gonna pull up to.
Long-time glamour division in boxing, of course, the lightweight division. Australia with success in recent years with George Kambosos, of course, and Michael Katsides before him. On the world level at the moment, the likes of Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, all in and around the lightweight neighbourhood. Pokinghorn getting out of there. 2:20 to go.
Billy, keep him up. Watch where you're punching.
I think that one was low.
You right?
Another one too far south.
Now, Tony, you okay? Okay. Box.
Back we go, 2:10 to go. I mentioned Pelin at the end of that round looking at his corner. It was almost a win, that 5th round for him after what was happening in the 4th round, where he sort of feared how long he'd be able to hang in the fight. But here he is in the 6th and final round. He's been seemingly overmatched tonight against a guy, Billy Pokinghorn, who's returned straight to the top of his game.
Absolutely. Yeah, very sharp today. Fast, skillful, intuitive, smart, doing all the right things, Liam.
And no ring rust at all. No. For the long layoff too. So credit to him. Shows he's been in the gym, he's been perfecting his craft and showing on Fight Night.
What about you, Liam? I always say I don't believe in ring rust. What about you?
Look, man, if you're in the gym all the time, I don't know. You know, it's I think if you're away from the sport of boxing, you're not living, breathing boxing, it might be a thing, but if it's your lifestyle, so put on an old sock, you know what they say.
So the believers of ring rust, they haven't got another case study tonight in Billy Pokinghorn. He disproves that theory as he's still walking forward here in the 6th round. He's got a hot minute left. It's been a superb display so far. Pelin trying to answer back. As Pokinghorn hits the warning in the arena too. There's a minute to go. Oh,
good jab.
Just as he got a little smirk from Pelin, Pokinghorn took that off his face quick.
Good defense right there from Pokinghorn as well. Here with the sweat and the spit.
I was wondering what you're doing holding up that piece of paper, Sean, and that's exactly that. Just
I left my umbrella at home. Ben doesn't like it.
Final 30 seconds. Sean Porter with us on the prelims. You'll hear him tonight alongside Ben Damon. Zerafa and Tszyu. And here's Pokinghorn pressing for a finish. Trading up top with a ferocious exchange. And Billy Pokinghorn, some heavy artillery. Final 10 seconds.
Stop! Can't hit on the back leg.
The one for the rabbit punch as time will expire on this fight. Pokinghorn with the last say. And the judges will go to their cards, but Billy Pokinghorn will be wrapped with that. And he's returned after 16 months out in a super impressive display over 6 rounds.
Man, I love that word that you just used right there, super. You know, when you come back after 16 months and you look sharp like that, again, yes, his opponent helped him, did the same thing virtually every round, but he had to. Pokinghorn didn't give him a choice. And I like that about Billy. He stepped up and he did what he had to do. Didn't care about being off, didn't care about the ring rust. He looked great. Great body work in this fight.
And in full control the whole time.
Yes.
One-way traffic.
Amazing overhand rights, amazing uppercuts landed like that one right there. Just a great variety of punches coming from Billy tonight. Great job. The speed was there. Trust me, the power's there as well, Liam. Sometimes that guy across from me, he's got a nice chin, nice strong head, and I think that was the case tonight from Pelin.
What's he capable of, Billy Pokinghorn? You've seen guys all around the world.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm saying it right now.
He's on that level.
He's on that level.
That's high praise. Showtime Sean Porter with us on Fox Sports. Pokinghorn and Pelin. 6 rounds done. Stephen Pales is going to have the decision for us coming up. We'll hear more from Sean coming up later tonight. Tszyu, Zerafa, the headline. Let's get to the judges' cards. Steve.
Ladies and gentlemen, centering time to make this one official after 6 rounds of boxing. We go to the scorecards. Judges Adam Height, Phil Austin and Phil Tye all scored about 60-54. We have a unanimous points decision victory and it goes in favour of Billy the Hammer Pokinghorn.
What a return, everyone and anyone is next for Billy Pokinghorn. He wants to stay super active, making up for lost time. Coming up tonight, Nikita Tszyu, Michael Zerafa. Is it too much too soon for Nikita? That's what we're here to find out tonight when he takes on Michael Zerafa in the middleweight division. All on Main Event. Scan to order that QR code. Stephen Pales in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to bring out our boxers for the final preliminary bout. Let's welcome, first of all, red corner. This is Sonny Abid.
Sonny Abid, the French nationalist, hailing from Western France. He's out here on a visa. He's been working as a concreter and a farmhand. He spent most of his time here based in Shepparton, but he's no stranger to Australia. Had his first fight out here back in 2019. He's a southpaw with a big punch. He's been boxing the majority of his life. He's got a deep amateur pedigree, having represented the French national team. He's actually a close friend of a certain guy you would know well, Liam, in David Pepot. Knows him well. They hail from the same part of the world. Of course, your last opponent. Here is Sonny Abid.
And now let's welcome his opponent, centering blue corner. This is Max Reeves.
Mad Max Reeves makes his way out. Industry types who have seen this guy develop from a boy to a man, from prospect to bona fide contender. And tattoos aside, that's not the only thing that's changed about him. He's gone from 74.4 kilos to 76, but there's a lot in that 1.6 kilos that has changed about this man. 2 separate stints as the Australian super middleweight champion. He defended the title on both occasions. The one loss on his record was to big punching knockout artist Tonga Tongo, where he was floored early, turned the tide, and was actually ahead at the time of the stoppage. It was a controversial ending with him still on his feet. Looks can be deceiving despite the tattoos. One of the nicest guys in all of boxing, Mad Max Reeves, who brings a crowd with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds in the super middleweight division. Judging this bout, Adam Height, Phil Austin and Phil Tye. We introduce first, boxing out of the red corner, weighing in 75.26 kilograms. Professional record, 11 fights, 9 wins, 2 losses, 4 big wins coming by knockout. This is Sonny Alligator Abid. And now we move to the blue corner, weighing in 75.76 kilograms. Professional record, 14 fights, 11 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 no contest, 8 wins by knockout. Let's make some noise for Mad Maxi Reeves. Boxers centering, please, for Phil Holliday's instructions.
Gentlemen, I've been to the instructions in the change room. Let's have a clean fight. Listen to my instructions all the time, and good luck to both of you. Test gloves.
It's not all about Zerafa and Tszyu, and yet there's more than 100 people on the floor that have travelled up from Gippsland to watch Max Reeves tonight. They see something special in him. Are we about to see it too?
There's nothing more special than hometown support. That's for sure.
First time out on the road, the lad
Beautiful
from
stiff jab to start.
Stratford in Gippsland, Victoria. Mad Max Reeves in the white with the black gloves, and Sonny Abid, the Frenchman, all in black. First of 6 rounds, super middleweight division. Here's the former national belt holder, Mad Max Reeves.
Like I said, Corbin is looking good at super middleweight, looking strong. Stamping his authority early on the front foot.
Stablemate of Blake Wells out of the East Coast Boxing Club under Paul Turk Carroll. Already got a win tonight for the stable. They're making 2 from 2 here. All leading up to Nikita Tszyu, Michael Zerafa next as Abid wears one up top. Circling, trying to get himself out of range. The Frenchman, multiple punch combination. Reeves in behind it, and Abid forced to lock up.
When I say break, both step back. Okay, let's go.
Big turning, circling around to his right. Trying to stay out of the way, that right hand of Reeves, who throws to the body. Oh, that's a thudding punch.
Powerful. You can hear the thud in that left hook.
Bit of southpaw. Max Reeves actually been sparring with Nikita Tszyu in the lead up to this fight, who, of course, is a southpaw. And I mentioned Blake Wells. They would have done so many rounds together, so Reeves no stranger to facing a southpaw.
You can see that early here in this fight. Very comfortable.
No feeling out process. Reeves straight to work. Oh, again, 2 punches up top. Rocks a bit back. The Frenchman who accepted this fight on relatively short notice. After first choice opponent unavailable for Max Reeves. What a prospect he is. Reeves. Abid lock up in the middle of the ring.
Okay, stop.
Actually flew up from Melbourne yesterday, and on my flight there were people wearing Max Reeves t-shirts. So
how awesome is that? Traveling to show the support. Very special.
Heaps of people with him. They were donning the gear even a long way out. It's a right hand up the top. And trying to punch his way out of the clinch, and the ref hasn't yelled break, so he's able to punch out of it.
Okay, stop. Stop holding, please. Okay.
Trying to land, throw his way out of the clinch. He does so again, and Abid's got a problem here. Trying to lock up in the latter stages of the first round, and Reeves, the dominant start.
Stop, guys. Watch your elbow and stop the holding, guys. Let's go. When the bell goes, stop punching, boys.
Superb start for the former national belt holder, super middleweight Mad Max Reeves.
Say that again. That was a very dominating opening round.
You just notice on his left arm there, see there's a bit of claret coming out. That is actually a boil that they discovered in the training camp, a very unusual injury, and he had it strapped yesterday during the weigh-in. As you can see, it's getting some attention now, and he's actually bleeding. That must be extremely painful. I've
had a fair few of them in my time, and yeah, they aren't very pleasant at all. Look at that, man. It just shows the toughness of the kid in here fighting. And you know, letting this occasion get...
So they wanted to cut it out in the lead-up of the fight, and essentially said, no, I'm not missing this. So as a result, I will be fighting through it. And sure enough, it's opened up in that opening round and already starting to leak a bit of blood. But how do you end up with that? Are they a common injury for fighters?
It's just, you know, it can happen from anything, you know. An open wound, sparring, we're in gym, sweating all the time. It's just an unfortunate thing that happens, but...
He said he thought originally it might have been a pimple or an ingrown hair.
Ingrown hair, yeah.
Tried to treat it and got worse and worse. And he's still here fighting tonight. Mad Max Reeves is on his lead arm.
Just taking no sting off that left hook.
No. He's found a home for that straight away. Last of our bouts in the prelims, and then after this, all eyes, of course, on the main card over on main event, counting down to Nikita Tszyu, Michael Zerafa. Biggest grudge match in nearly 2 decades in Australian boxing. Hell of an undercard, 3 heavyweight title fights. Liam Wilson's on that, on the precipice of another world title shot. course, Nelson Zephy Va, the Melbourne Storm Premiership winner, making his fight debut tonight.
Okay,
stacked main card ahead.
Some of those nights at the fights, the only way to take it in is to observe it as it's happening. You don't want to catch up later and miss out on what's ahead of us tonight. We'll have the country talking, no doubt. Zerafa Tszyu all in front of us on main event.
Watch your heads, guys. Come on, watch your heads.
And a bit knows he's in a rumble here, the Frenchman. He's got Max Reeves coming at him.
Break.
Made his debut on a Will Tomlinson show on the Bairnsdale Rec Centre all those years ago. Max Reeves didn't have any of the tattoos back then, and the tattoos changed, the body shape's changed.
He's a new man.
Isn't he? Now he looks like an absolute prospect ready to take on the best in the super middleweight division. Looks even better every time he steps out. Trying to lock up again in the middle of the ring.
Okay, break it up.
You see the heads come together again. It's going to happen with the Southpaw Orthodox. It's a very common thing.
Bid playing a defensive game here. Having tasted a little bit of leather from Reeves in the opening frame of this fight.
He's definitely gone on the retreat more this round.
Okay, break it up.
Phil Holiday giving them the opportunity to try and fight out of the clinch. Oh. Big right cross there from Reeves, doesn't quite connect. And a two-punch combination, just punching through the guard of the bid, who again tries to move inside and make it scrappy. What a warning for the forearm against Reeves.
Stop.
More the same. Sunny a bit, trying to turn it into a bit of a scrap here. End of the second round approaching. And Reeves playing from in front. Nikita Tszyu, Michael Zerafa tonight on main event. Starts shortly, you can scan to order. There he is, the butcher, Nikita Tszyu. Looks very relaxed. Helping out with some of the tech here. How are you this far out from a major prize fight? Liam, take us inside what this moment will be like.
Yeah, look, it is relaxed, you know what I mean? You've got nothing to be nervous about. This is the fun part for all fighters. You know, once you've made the weight, you're refueled, you're feeling good, you're going through the game plan with your coach, but it's just relaxed, you know? You want to conserve your energy as much as possible and, yeah, just enjoy the moment. And I think Nikita's doing that right now. Look, he looks calm, happy, and ready to go. He knows what's on the line for him here.
The same way yesterday when he hit the scales in the middle of the CBD, Nikita Tszyu.
Guys, you're going to stop the holding. And on the inside, you both go with the elbows, okay? Watch it. Listen. He's almost going to be disqualified. Watch the holding, okay? Let's go. Box in. Time in. Let's go. Box.
So Phil Holiday doesn't want to see any more of that clinching here in this third round. Certainly was the feature of the second round as a bid moving back on the ropes and Reeves trying to work his way in and a bid comes together and locks up straight away.
Okay, stop.
And again, the ref gives him a chance to fight out of it.
Let's go. Box.
Resets them. No official warnings yet.
Stop the holding.
He's holding that left-handed bid and Reeves still has his right hand free. He's unloading that up top.
He's happy to hold on in there, you know.
Let's go. Box.
But Reeves is fighting good. With every loose hand, he's trying to work. Which is good for the judges' eyes.
Reeves feinting and throwing the jab, now working to the body. The bid hits himself outside.
Boy. Pick up with the second phase, yeah?
Saw a bid in the opening round, in the end of a couple of thudding blows from Max Reeves, and since then he's taken more evasive action, trying to keep himself at range. And staying in this bout as long as possible, looking for trying to hang in there to make sure an opportunity presents itself at some stage. Is this one of them? A bit. A couple of punches he's able to get off up top. Reeves, the body. And again, more clinching. Trying to punch with his right hand as his left arm being held. Again, we continue. Scrappy affair so far at the halfway stage. Here we go. Surely that's the last warning.
Yeah, we'll soon see. Like a piece of Velcro.
He's been generous so far, Phil Holiday. Sonny a bit. Again, locks up, moves inside, clinches.
Reeves is trying to land that one big shot. I'd like to see him not load up so much. Try to be a bit faster, snappy with his punches, and that big punch will open up.
Reeves fainting again. The bid moves in. Again, throws one and then tries to sit on the chest of Reeves. Again, the ref gives him a chance to fight their way out of it. Very ugly bout so far. Reeves trying to work up top. Again, he has his left hand held. Throws the right hand. That's blocked. Again, they punch out of the clinch. More intervention.
Hit the boy, stop punching.
End of the third round. Gee, it's not pretty. We're 3 rounds down. Over 6 here in the super middleweight division. And Sonny a bit hanging in there against Mad Max Reeves. Coming up tonight,
active with that jab.
Zerafa.
Just the basics.
On your way next.
Touch the head, touch the chest. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 hook. Yeah. Defense on the way in, smart, keep it tight, and on the way out. Just a bit off balance. So just relax.
More offense. More offense, yeah. Keep the work rate.
Work rate. Okay? I need that work rate. Deep breath. Relax. Just need the work rate. You can't let him set when you're on the ropes. You need to get out. And if he's tying you up, let your shots go. Yeah?
Stan Cleve, the trainer for Sonny a bit, and there's Nikita Tszyu. A little inside look at what's going on in the dressing room. The Butcher had the biggest fight of his pro career tonight. Takes on Michael Zerafa to settle that bit of family feud.
And what doors will it open for Nikita if he's to get Zerafa out of there? It's going to be huge for him. It's the next step in his career he wants. They would welcome him onto the world stage in a big way.
He goes as high as number 3 in the IBF rankings if he wins tonight. For Nikita Tszyu. Bakram Murtazaliev, of course, is the current belt holder, who Bakram had a win over his brother Tim, so we'll put him in the frame there. He's able to be successful tonight. Nikita Tszyu, he's got a tall task in his way of stern opposition, obviously, in Michael Zerafa, who's been there and done it on the world stage. He's had some major domestic bouts himself, wins over Jeff Horn and Isaac Hardman. From Michael Zerafa.
Okay, stop.
He gets a shot at a Tszyu tonight in Nikita.
I'm going to warn you now, okay? You hold on. I'm going to have to start.
There we go, one more warning.
Let's go.
That's it, surely.
Surely.
Max Reeves trying to sit right on Sonny a bit, knowing that option's been taken away from him. The multiple warnings for holding. And Reeves, can he get some punches off here in a scrappy affair so far through 4? Now Reeves works on the inside.
Okay, break it up.
He locks up.
Let's go. Box.
Halfway through round number 4. A big week up in Brisbane. Max Reeves, as I said, the contingent that he's brought with him, the huge support as he throws a couple of right hands up top, rocks the head back in the bid. Also caught up with a familiar face in Josh Dunkley, who is a Brisbane Lions premiership player a couple of times over, won a flag with the Bulldogs, and took Reeves and his camp through the facility of the Brisbane Lions during the week. So a couple of crossover athletes engaging with each other during the week, and Josh, I'm sure a big fight fan, will be watching on. Supporting a lad from his part of the world in Gippsland, Max. Actually played footy senior level with Josh's brother Kyle. There's talented athletes across multiple sports. As Reeves looking to go to the body, and might have got a little bit of that. Usually the tell that there was some connection is the head shake, which came on the way through from a bit. It was a universal signal that there was something on it.
A dead giveaway always.
trying to fool the judges otherwise. Reeves working to the body. Now heading up top.
Okay, break it up, break it up.
More of a tussle in close.
Box.
Latter stages of round number 4. 2 to go after this. Last on the prelims. 4 rounds down. It's been a little bit made leading into tonight's fight. Nikita Tszyu, Michael Zerafa, about how the occasion will go for Zerafa. He's had some big fights, obviously, overseas. Haven't all gone his way. Who do you think will be most comfortable in this kind of an environment tonight?
Look, it just depends what Zerafa shows up, you know what I mean? I think he realises there's the urgency to see what... Because if this doesn't go his way tonight, it's, like I said before, it's retirement knocking on the door. And I still believe he's not satisfied in his division, in his career. So, yeah, look, we're just going to have to wait to see what Zerafa shows up. You know, he's a confidence fighter. Yeah, and I think, look, going off experience, you can't look past that. Any job you go to, they're going to look at the resume and they're going to acknowledge experience. And I think you're going to have to give credit to Zerafa with that tonight. But hey, we'll soon see.
He's been on the big stage. Lara,
that's the beautiful thing about boxing.
Quinlan, big fights overseas for Michael Zerafa. He's won a couple of big domestic fights here. And
okay, break.
Remember the hostilities leading into the Hartman bout. Horn the first time. Even the second bout, he had his moments, Michael Zerafa. In that fight, something breaks the other way. He could have scored a win that night in Brisbane.
He's been in the big shows before under the bright lights, so.
Okay, break it up.
Nikita Tszyu, his persona, the way he presents, it's hard to think there's going to be too much that's going to get under his skin. Well, it's all in front of us tonight. Tszyu, Zerafa. You can order now at mainevent.com.au. Of course, that QR code, which is popping up on the screen. We've got Max Reeves here, who's pressing for another win on his record as he continues his campaign at super middleweight. Big blow to the body.
Yeah, some big thud shots there.
Changing levels to the body, then up top with the right hand.
Beautiful jab. I think Max using his reach. He's obviously got the longer reach here, keeping a bit on the end of his punches. Is working well, as you can see at the start of this round. So if I was him, I was his corner, I'd be instructing him to keep trying to do that. There's a bit, anytime he gets close enough, he's just going to grab.
Warning for a little accidental head clash there.
Break it up, break it up, let's go.
Reeves, he's split that guard a couple of times. He mentioned that nice jab earlier in the round. Seemingly playing from in front here, but a bit showing his experience, particularly at lots of experience on the amateur level. And now Reeves moving in behind the right hand, ignites the crowd.
What's the holding? Okay, let's go.
The referee calling for them to pull apart again. And the Reeves army involved, cheering every punch of the moment.
Stop! What's your hand, okay? Let's go. Okay, box, he's good.
Nice right hand.
From holding.
Continues to rock a bit back, swinging against the ropes.
Okay, break it up.
Bid played the role of a spoiler really here tonight, trying to turn this into a scrappy affair after feeling what Reeves has got early in the piece. And Reeves, a big one, big right hand over the top, just rocks the head back of the bid. And Sonny trying to level up, middle of the ring, hanging on to that left arm of Reeves. Some big moments again in round 5 for Max Reeves here. A bit hanging in there. End of the penultimate round.
Just a little uppercut there from the bid.
It'll end with a clinch. 1 to go. Which means that is 1 round away. Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa coming up next. The main draw of the evening, which includes obviously 3 heavyweight fights, plus Liam Wilson on the precipice of another shot at a world title, and then Tszyu and Zerafa to close it out.
Please that cow. Read.
That's the QR code you can scan on the bottom left.
That's empty out, yeah.
There's a lot of talk that this is, it's probably hard to argue, the most sort of the biggest grudge match Australian boxing's had since Green Mundine. As an Australian growing up, do you remember Green Mundine the first time
I
around?
remember it very well, you know, and that was huge. And to be in the same talks as that, I'm sure Tszyu and Zerafa would be very stoked. They've got a lot to live up to. I think both boys know what task at hand tonight.
There's something special about a big domestic fight. You had one against Brock Jarvis not that long ago, and is there a different energy knowing that the guy across the ring hails from the same part of the world?
Yeah, you know, it's just good for bragging rights, you know, and it was good to get one over the legendary Jeff Fennick, you know. He's an absolute legend of the sport, so to be in the opposite corner and get the job done there was massive.
Wasn't too far away from here, back in the Brisbane CBD a couple of years ago, and Liam Parro's continued his rise to superstardom thereafter, winning a strap on the world stage, and here he is, perhaps another fight away from another in the welterweight division, and great to have him with us, as always, on Fox Sports and Main Event, as Max Reeves trying to press for an early stoppage here against Sonny Abid. He's well up on our unofficial card. He's got 2 minutes to try and close the show in thunderous fashion here.
Always say, when it's hard to knock out an opponent that's in survival mode, and we can see that from Abid now. Anytime he's in close, he's just rapping. He's on the retreat a lot, so you know it is hard. But Max Reeves is doing what he has to do to win convincingly, I believe.
World-class input to come tonight. We've already heard from Sean Porter. Paulie Malignaggi's in the house, so he's been a big part of the build-up to this. He's been in Brisbane all week, so keen to hear what Paulie makes of it all. And Tim Tszyu.
Nice big body shots.
We'll hear from Tim tonight. He's going to be in the house to support his brother. It was teased out yesterday whether he will be here or not. No chance he'll be missing this. So all of that coming up on Main Event next.
Okay, break it up.
Well, moments out of the gate tonight. He's felt for Sonny a bit, and you thought, geez, he overmatched here on short notice against Max Reeves. He's hung about, be it. Most of the major moments have gone the way of the Victorian from Gippsland, Max Reeves.
Okay, break it up.
Is that to deal with something a little different tonight? And I'm sure there'll be lessons in that for Max as well.
Oh, 100%. You know, it's just another win in the books, another step forward. But Abid's definitely making it hard. And like I said, he's just trying to survive, which makes it hard to land any big crucial shots.
There's only a minute to go, and the ref's giving him the chance to fight out of it. Down to 40 seconds. Maybe a bit. No guarantee to get to the cards just yet. Reeves is not done. Continues to go to work. We haven't had a knockout so far tonight. He's got half a minute here. Reeves continues to stalk a bit later stages of the fight. A bit trying to punch his way out of it and hook up.
Let's go, box.
Separated, final 10 seconds. A bit works out of the way of that right hand from Max Reeves. Punching in the pocket as the final bell goes. And we will head to the cards after 6. And Sonny Abid makes the final bell against Mad Max Reeves as his ascension continues at super middleweight. Six rounds done at super middleweight. What a glamour division, of course, in Australian boxing. Anthony Mundine, Danny Green, and on a world stage, it's a division that has really hit the reset button after Terence Crawford's retirement, taking the belts of Canelo Alvarez. Here's what we saw, Liam, across the fight. It wasn't pretty the whole way through, but Max Reeves, I'm sure, will be happy to get out of here with a W.
100%. A win's a win. You know, it's another notch on his belt, and he moves on to the next. You know, like I said, Abid just wanted to hold a little bit, made it an ugly fight, did what he had to do, he was crafty, but yeah, very convincing win for Reeves.
Here's Stephen Payos with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make this one official here in Brisbane. All three judges, Adam Hyde, Phil Austin and Phil Tye, scored about 60-54. We have a unanimous points decision victory in favour of your winner, Mad Maxi Reeves.
Unanimous points decision win for Mad Max Reeves as he gets it done comprehensively tonight with a win over Sonny Abid. The prelims are done. The Fox Sports portion of the night. Scan that QR code. Coming up, you're off to main event. Switch over now to main event. Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa. You do not want to miss it. The biggest grudge match in 2 decades is coming up. Tszyu, Zerafa, bad luck.